In partnering with Airbase, I helped place 13 sales professionals on their team in less than 6 months.
I placed business development directors at Trellis Connect.
I placed 4 CSMs at Coda in a 2-month period.
The director of inside sales at Parsec.
The very first account executive at Airhouse.
The head of marketing at Prodigy.
The head of inside sales at Century.io.
The first account executive at Amber Data.
Upflow.io.
Deal.
Vitally.
FlowHub. What really makes us different is the approach that we're taking. The recruiting industry has been kind of an outdated, inefficient industry for so long.
The old way of recruiting has constantly been a churn. You have to work harder than the person next to you in order to get the job done better. With Candidate Labs, that actually gets flipped on its head.
I think a lot of other search firms have been really, really successful for a long time because they do really good work, but that success has led them to not innovate in the same way that Candidate Labs does.
As soon as you peel back the layers, you realize that what Candidate Labs is doing is really disrupting the industry.
We have some of the best recruiters in the country. What separates us is that on top of the good recruiters, we're built like a technology company with all of the different functions. We have marketing, we have development, we have engineering. We have access to technology that no one else has. We're built by repeat entrepreneurs and we're venture capital backed.
This is a company created by 2 repeat founders, repeat entrepreneurs. They understand what makes innovative teams tick.
When I met with the leadership team, there was something really unique about the way that they spoke about their company, the way that they had built something for recruiters. And so I thought, this isn't just an agency, this is a technology company that's doing the things that I love about the founders that I work with. They're disrupting and they're innovating.
I was just blown away by the vision of where they thought recruiting could go and how we could get there and what we were doing differently. I was sold, and it was really kind of a no-brainer for me to join.
We are truly keeping the bar high at Candidate Labs, a really supportive environment, engaging, enthusiastic.
The team here at Candidate Labs is truly the best of the best. I look around at my colleagues and just see everyone doing their best work, and that's inspiring me to do my best work.
At its heart, Candidate Labs is a data-centric company. We take a lot of data about people and a lot of data about jobs in the US, and we try and make matches between them. The thing about Candidate Labs is it's identified a segment of the market that is underserved, and it's applying modern technical techniques to make them more effective at what they do. We're not trying to change our recruiters. We're trying to make them the best version of themselves, and I find that incredibly rewarding to be able to see that firsthand with partners that are in the same office.
It's really a very different experience to work alongside the people who are actually building the product that we're using every day. And they're really building it for us, alongside us. So we're the end users. Kind of won the lottery there.
We are laser focused on making recruiters the most efficient at their jobs. We use algorithms commonly found in search engines, natural language processing, and the knowledge graph.
I get to spend time with each and every engineer, helping them understand where problems that I experience are so that they can continue to make a product that's built for me.
What's super unique here is just the fact that the feedback is tight, the loop is tight, and we can get that feedback instantly. And from a recruiter's standpoint, seeing the product, many times we've heard, hey, I mentioned this yesterday and it's been turned around in 24 hours.
One of the values that we have here at Candidate Labs is every engineer is also a recruiter. And we've sat in the chair of recruiters and actually attempted to our best ability to recruit people through our platform.
When I first saw the tech, my jaw hit the floor. I was blown away.
I remember that as soon as the screen share was over, I was left sitting there at my computer, just smiling at my screen.
So instead of scrolling through LinkedIn for 3 or 4 hours to find the ideal list of 50 or 60 candidates, a couple quick keystrokes, and I can get that same list in 5 minutes.
It really helps me find those candidates that my clients describe as their unicorn in a matter of seconds. I'm able to take what they describe as a pie-in-the-sky job description and deduce that down into an actual person.
Because we are working with such high-growth companies that need talent very quickly, being able to provide that to them in a way that is easy for them and easy for the recruiters is the core of our business.
We're able to identify candidates in a way that when we reach out to them, we're actually bringing something to the table that they'll want to talk about.
For a really difficult search, I might have to reach out to 30 or 40 candidates, be able to submit 5 or 6 at a perfect bullseye and close down a search within a couple weeks. Whereas in the past, that might have taken months to kind of run that search all the way through. Working with clients, the feedback we get from them all the time is, where are you finding these candidates? And what are you guys doing here? Because I want to speak with all of them.
It's really rare walking into a business development role and being able to see that most of the business, especially for an early stage company that started in 2020, that most of the business is inbound. Repeat or word of mouth. That speaks volumes to how we do as a company. What's really exciting about Candidate Labs to me is seeing clients come back time and time again, asking for the same level of service that they've heard about, and then having the team and technology and processes in place to actually be able to deliver on that.
We've been able to pass hurdles far faster than what most agencies can because we're combining this technology with a force of recruiters that is incredible.
I've sat on the outside for the past 20 years, looking in and helping grow hypergrowth companies. So to have the ability to be on the other side and join a team that's half technology and half agency was extremely appealing to me.
For so long, I've worked with so many companies who are VC backed. I've worked with candidates, helping them navigate through equity conversations, and now I get to be a part of that. I think when you have that ownership, that all the hard work you're putting in is gonna pay dividends in the long run.
As a tech recruiter, you tell a lot of candidates that equity is what you should be going for, and I finally have the chance to do that here. And then the comp structure is really prioritized around giving the people who do the work on a search as much compensation as they can get. Your work impacts your bottom line in a way it doesn't anywhere else.
They really believed in me when I was really just looking for somebody to take a chance on me and build, and I've definitely flourished. I'm making more money than I ever had. We have an incredible compensation structure.
What I love about tech recruiting is that I'm working with some of the smartest CEOs and co-founders and sales leaders, and they're entrusting me with scaling their companies.
What I love about working at Candidate Labs is that I get to spend my time doing what I want to do, which is consulting with clients and actually helping grow startups in impactful ways.
Some of the roles that we're working on, it's every kind of role that makes up go-to-market functions. On the sales side, everything from sales development representatives to account executives to sales leadership, and on the marketing side as well. Everything from head of demand generation, content marketing, lifecycle marketing.
Scaling is one of the most important things that we're doing right now as an organization.
We're really starting to dial in the execution, and it shows with our ability to bring new people onto the team and get them to perform at a high level very quickly.
What's been pretty exciting to see is how different recruiters get to come in and bring their own perspective to how to get this job done with the assist that the technology can actually bring to the table to make them better.
It couldn't be a better time to join, especially with the growth that we've had and where we see ourselves in the next 6 months, 9 months, and a year. It really is kind of a unique time that you read about every so often, and we're kind of living it right now.
I said this is my chance to jump on board of a rocket ship company that we talk about in the Bay Area, and it's been special.
For recruiters who are already successful in their job, I would encourage them to ask themselves how much more successful they could be with some technology enablement and an awesome team, both on the recruiting and leadership side around them.
If you want an opportunity to put yourself first, be your own boss, not only grow your personal and professional portfolio, but make a lot more money and still do really interesting work, that's why you join Candidate Labs.